his fear was that this human being could be absolutely overwhelming.
Well, all I can say is that based on that first start, like he's been carved from aggression. Just look at that. Unbelievably explosive. Either top straight to the pad.
As an American commentator, I'm looking at that match. I see an explosion, outside hit, a great top roll that was able to get the job done. However, I'm looking for a glimmer of hope here. When Donegan did come forward to be super aggressive, and impressive, if I'm not mistaken, he may have hit a wall there. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised if Todd Hutchings can somehow put the brakes on and turn this thing in. Todd Hutchings still could possibly be stronger.
Look at the aggression with which Todd Hutchings drove that thing to the left-hand side. The second setup, and Donegan met him straight in the middle and tried to close his own tracks. Donegan looked huge when you walked past him, Trav.
I am so impressed with the physique of Donegan. I mean, what an absolute beast. And then you've seen in the past one of the most ignorant, aggressive human beings that can be at the table, and maybe even too aggressive the first time out. Was told, my man, you're being a little too personal there. But you could see it in round one. This guy is an absolute beast. Todd Hutchings is trying to start early to negate that pressure. He's sure that that hit is coming.
We talked about it last night. There was always that blueprint of how he would get through Todd Hutchings, and it was direct, straight through, chargeable right brigade. And then Donegan got his whole work there with. The question was, had Todd managed to address all of those issues and close the gaps up? Well, what you can say is Donegan has done his own work.
Those matches, we know, you get to move both ways. The way you want and the way your opponent wants. The problem is, what's the score when your opponent decides to let you pull the way you want? I believe still the match goes in Todd's way if he can get some sort of a connection without being past 10 o'clock. The fact that Donegan's a little worried at the front and that Todd Hutchings can press over to 10 o'clock before go still gives me a slight indication, and the American dream is still true. Todd Hutchings could be stronger than Donegan here. Just has to get the match stopped.
Here we go. Down come the hands. Be ready. Explosive. Oh, there go the brakes. They are on, and they are on hard. And Donegan bails off the front of the pad, and the chicken dance comes from Todzilla. The man is a rock, Travis Bajan.
Oh, say, can you see? It's coming, baby. We just heard the Kazakhstan national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, every American that is streaming this show just found out that they are, in fact, the stronger man here. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the chicken dance. Todd Hutchings is a bad man.
What can I say? You look at the two athletes, and it's fair to say that both these guys are absolutely specimens of masculinity. If you look at Donegan, unbelievably aggressive, explosive individual, covered in hair. You look across at Todzilla, hair has left the building. It failed because it didn't want to be on somebody that masculine.
You can do two things in life. Either you can tattoo sissy on your forehead, or you can get locked up in a hook and take your elbow off of your pad into the middle of the bag to get a restart, Neil. Listen, that was out of the strap early here in round two. I have never been more proud to be an American citizen than I am right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Travis Bajan is stripped to his underwear, and it is the Star-Spangled Banner that he's wearing right here. And the temperature is moderate at best, and he doesn't care. Here we go. Todzilla is in the match. And there'll be people celebrating all over the USA because their guy is waking up. But can he make it stick? Was that a technical mistake by David Darikian? What he did have the presence of mind to do is to get his elbow off the front of the pad, no pride, just bail it and look for that restart. He knows that his weapon is the start. Here we go. Here we go! Massive try! Darikian leaps on it, but it's Todzilla with the stop, and it's a cold, hard, brutal stop. But Darikian tries everything at it. Wow, what is that? No winner. What?
I'm not sure there was a win, but I do feel there was possibly a elbow off the front in the losing position.
I thought that was an elbow.
They called
Let's have a look. I think they gave parallel though, and it looked like it was an elbow. I think. Let's look at that. Let's look. Elbow. Maybe we had a bad angle on that.
Yeah, it's low. Even if it's not necessarily a pin, it is definitely that elbow is off, and it's really close. I can live with the loss or the foul in the losing position. I just love to see the non-verbal communication that I am looking at right now. A super fired up Todd Hutchings and a arm wrestler in Darikian that seems to need to make sure the gas tank is not too empty here before knowing that you need 4 wins here. Todd Hutchings, I think, a little overconfident after the first start in round 2. Let Darikian get a little more in there, and the hit was a little more dramatic. We just need to stop this thing.
मैंने ऑर्डर किया है फ्लिपकार्ट से पैक ऑफ 4 वो भी सिर्फ 99 रुपीज़ में और इसको इंस्टॉल करना भी सुपर इजी है. Just slide it under the door, trim the extra strip, and instantly block gaps, dust, insects, and rainwater. है ना super cool product. And best बात है Big Billion Sale.
This thing at 10 o'clock and not let it get down there to 8:30, 9 o'clock. Let's go, Todd Hutchings. I still believe in you, big guy.
Darikian, as I said a moment ago, done his homework here, and there was evidence of it there again. We saw a moment ago from Alijan Muratov. That explosive second drive pays dividends, and you cannot knock that massive second hit from David Darikian from what looked like a terrible position. The guy's commitment is unquestionable.
Yeah, absolute tremendous killer when it comes to wrestling. I mean, as good as it gets right here on the stage in East vs. West. The whole card tonight has been just magnificent puller after magnificent puller, and nothing's changed here. These two are as good as you can get when you weigh between 210 pounds and 230 pounds. These guys are a nightmare for you.
Without question.